Welcome back. I am Unapologetically Eric. You can follow me on Facebook at Unapologetically Eric or on X at Eric Not Sorry. I prefer you go there. I get a little spicier. So, what has happened this past week? Oh, nothing much. Just a presidential candidate said, and dropped out of the race. So Biden's out, and apparently Harris is in. I don't know, but I'm certainly not a fucking fan. So the rumors of if Biden drops out, will they push, Gretchen Whitmer or the greaseball from California has faded, and everybody is now falling in line behind Kamala Harris. Again, I'm not a fucking fan. So I'm going to go over some things about her that really stand out to me and hopefully clear up some things. Maybe. I don't know. So the big one, when the party, or sorry, let me reset my brain here. When Biden and Harris was running in 2019 for the presidential race there, one of the slogans from the right was "Joe and the Ho have to go." Well, a lot of people were like, well, what does that mean? And of course, pointing fingers at the right, saying, well, they're just misogynists, assuming that because she's a woman, she's a prostituting or so. Google Willie Brown. Just do that. Kamala Harris and Willie Brown. Willie Brown, I can't remember what his title was, but I don't know if he was mayor or what have you, but yeah, he was banging her and gave her a job, and she gave him a job of her own. But yeah, rumors like that don't just happen by happenstance. So decades, for at least a decade, people are like, yeah, she a hoe. She sleeps around. She sleeps her way to the top. Now, is there any full proof of this? I don't know. But usually when something like that sticks, there's usually, the old saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. But there are other things that are 100% factual. For instance, she used to be a prosecutor in San Francisco. What a wonderful shithole that place is, isn't it? Yeah. She withheld evidence that would have exonerated somebody that was in prison until a judge ordered her to. The court had to tell her to do her fucking job and be ethical to present evidence that would make someone not in jail. That kind of irritates me. That's what the fuck. Also, you can look this up too. She, on her word, would make inmates stay in jail beyond their release date so they could use them basically as slave labor. More importantly, to fight forest fires. So how would you like it if you or a loved one in any state was in jail and you're counting down the days, you're checking the days off on the calendar, and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to be out tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're still there. And then the day after, and the day after. But you're not staying always in jail. You're like, here, put this gear on and go out and fight that forest fire that's, ravaging the state. How unethical, how fucked up is that? Yes, you can look it up. This is true. This is not Fox News, because I don't fucking watch them. They suck. All mainstream sucks. Mainstream news blows donkey dick. All of it. It's garbage. But you can look this up on your own. She also, again, you can look this up, this is factual too. She would brag about how many people she put in jail for marijuana. Possession, use, distribution, whatever. And then would gloat and laugh, that hyena little cackle of hers, about the times that she would get high smoking marijuana. Hypocrite much? So it's okay when you got high, but it's not okay for other people? What? What? Again, two-faced bitch. Also, now this one is a bone of contention for many out there. She was known as the border czar. And I know some libtards out there will say, no, she wasn't. The media told me she wasn't. Oh, that's because you're paying attention to the media now. Because if you look, you really look, there are compilation videos of the mainstream media calling her the border czar when she was appointed that, I want to say in 2020, I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, the same media that is telling you she was never the border czar. She was never given that title. Rabble, rabble. They were the same motherfuckers that were saying that she was the border czar just a handful of years ago. So, fuck all of you. And now, she apparently, as border czar, she's only been down there like, once. I believe just once. And can we all agree that the border is a fucking joke? Mayorkas is a pile of shit. Dereliction of duty. He sucks more dick than Harris does. Because she is married now. To a white guy. So whenever she talks crap about white people, it makes you go, huh. But I digress. So, again, the border is a big pile of dog shit. Mayorkas is responsible for that and has failed, miserably. And with her title as border czar, it's like, bitch, what are you doing? Obviously, not your fucking job. So, again, a dereliction of duty. She sucks hard, from what I've heard. Just kidding. No, I've heard that. Now, also, recently, now I'm going to go into a conspiracy theory. For a long time, the conspiracy theory pointed at the right, the conservatives. They were saying that the Democrats want open border policies to bring illegals here so that they can vote. And we have heard all along the way, no, that's wrong. We could never, we're not going to let illegal people vote. You have to be an American, blah, blah, blah. But in recent times, there are certain cities within certain states that are allowing non-citizens to vote. This is not just illegals, but people that have come to the United States legally, like most of my family. They also cannot vote because they're resident aliens. Legally here, they have their papers and all. They have the papers and all that stuff, but they still can't vote. They can't do jury duty because of that. But some states, some cities in some states are allowing illegals to vote. And now, she has come out and said that she wants to give free health care to illegals. Fuck you, bitch. Hell, I don't even want free medical for Americans because if you look around the world, oftentimes that medical system sucks shit. Like, really fucking bad. Oh, and the increase in your taxes to pay for the free stuff? Yeah, no. Eat shit. All of our taxes. My taxes, your taxes, that's way too high as it is. And they're pissing it away at an alarming rate. But yeah, she wants to give free health care to border jumpers. I don't give a fuck what country they come from, whether it's Mexico, Ecuador, Poland. I don't care where they're coming from. You're here illegally. Pack your shit and get the fuck out. If you overstayed your visa, straighten your shit out or pack your shit and get the fuck out. Why are you here? You don't belong here. And no, you don't. If you are here illegally, you do not deserve anything. Anything at all. You don't deserve, let's see, the nice fancy hotels that Chicago and New York is giving you, the welfare checks that you're being given. You don't deserve that, nor do you deserve free health care. That's what Harris is supporting. If you support that, you're retarded. Never go full retard. And if you support that, you have gone full retard. Like, uber full retard. Now, here's another thing that's fantastic. During the Summer of Love riots in 2020, Kamala Harris still has the post up and the link still works. Set up a fund where you could donate money to help the people that were rioting get out of prison or out of jail. Now, I don't have a problem during the 2020 protests. If there was a BLM protest, I don't have a problem if somebody protests. Whether I agree with your cause or not, you have the right to go and protest, to have your voice heard. Rioting, on the other hand, I have a big fucking problem with, and I'm not alone. People on the left and the right have a problem when you're burning their business and their cars and smashing windows and murdering people. Yes, that happened. Look at Chaz up in Seattle, I think it was. People died. Yeah, awesome. The anti-border people had borders around their Chaz Chop zone. Retards. But yeah, and the link she set up or had set up still works. So I don't want to hear one more fucking word about January 6th. Eat dog shit. Make sure it's got some like Christmas tree garland in it, maybe some peanuts and corn and fucking crunch. I don't want to hear another word. This piece of shit supported the, let's see, mostly fiery but mostly peaceful protests, the riots, and wanted to help the people that were arrested for, I don't know, rioting, causing mayhem and harm and destruction, pieces of shit, parasites, those types of people. She wanted to help them get out of jail. Yeah. Do you support that? Because if you do, you've gone full retard. And just a quick thing about January 6th as well. Only one person died that day. And it was Ashley Babbitt. She was unarmed. She was shot by a Capitol police officer. She died. That's the only person that died that day. Nobody else. So, yeah, you can look that up too. Fact check that one, fuckers. So, January 6th, terrible, horrible day. I'm not saying it was, it certainly wasn't a beaming light of brilliance that day, but she supports rioters, and I don't want to hear a fucking thing about January 6th ever again. Oh, and why were not more, National Guard or security there on January 6th? Well, Trump, which people were saying he incited that, he said to peacefully march to the Capitol, peacefully. If you watch the entirety of the video clip, not just what was edited for, yeah, people went down there and they mostly peaceful protest. Obviously, there were some pieces of shit, and I do support people that vandalized and broke windows. I support them being arrested. I don't support their actions. Sorry, catching myself there. I support them being arrested. Absolutely. But people that just were there? No. Why? There are people in jail still today, right now, without charges for January 6th. They have never seen a courtroom. They're in jail still. That isn't a violation of the Constitution? But I digress. Oh, and security calls were made. They were denied. Beefing up security was asked for before the January 6th speech. It was denied. And Nancy Pelosi is responsible for that. Again, look it up on your own. It's fact, bitch. And I see a lot of polls This fucking dolt Brian Krasenstein on X, he's put up a poll several times, not just once, several times about who are you going to vote for. You know, it shows Trump, Harris, and Kennedy, and Trump gets a lot of the votes. He puts the poll up stating, you know, it shows like 2 or 3 days left. He takes it down because he doesn't like the results and then puts it up again. And then changes it, like, are you voting for the felon and rapist or Kamala Harris? Well, let's take a step back from that, because I had a conversation with a relative the other day about this, and I had to, I don't know, iron out some of the bumps in their brain there about some of this shit. And I was like, wait a minute. So you honestly believe Trump is a rapist? Then why isn't he in prison? Oh, wait. It's because it's all bullshit. First of all, it's in New York City, and let's face it, a lot of the people in New York City aren't exactly fans of Donald Trump, especially if you're on a jury. So I know I've had jury duty before, and the judge asks, are you able to be impartial? And of course, you say yes or no, even if you lie. So do you honestly believe that Donald Trump could get a fair trial in New York City? No, not a fucking chance. But here's the caveat. The woman that accused him is E. Jean Carroll. Have you seen her? I mean, have you ever looked at her? She's a hose beast. She is fugly. She fell out of the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down, landed really fucking hard, and then the tree fell on her. She is a fucking dog. Donald Trump was banging supermodels. Look at his wives. They were all beautiful. Yeah, he's not. No. Also, nobody heard anything. This is long before he was in politics. This was like 30 fucking years ago or some shit. Nobody heard anything. His hotel was right down the street, or actually, I think it was across the street from where she made this claim, or where she said this happened. Why wouldn't he just say, "Hey, do you want to come up to my room?" Yeah, this never happened. I don't believe it for a fucking second. You look at the babes he was hooking up with, and you look at her and you go, yeah, no. No. You certainly wouldn't be a brag, that's for sure. But also, the statute of limitations on making a rape claim had lapsed. It was beyond its statute of limitations. However, a 1-year exemption was made. But surprisingly, somebody came out and accused Donald Trump. It all smells like shit. It's not real. It's not real. So, okay, he was, air quotes, convicted of, it wasn't even, I think it was like sexual, whatever. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Factually, this fucking whore was keeping prisoners in jail beyond their release date. She put people in jail and was doing the same thing that these people were doing. She's a piece of shit. She's a fail. How does somebody fail up for so long? Oh, wait, because she was going down. Another thing that's been coming up is regarding donations. Oh, she expects, all this money. Well, if somebody donated money to a PAC or a super PAC or whatever, yes, that money is, from my understanding, is basically a pool that money has gone into that can be used to run a campaign. Money that was given directly to somebody that was running, nobody else can have access to that. It's for them. So money that was donated directly to Joe Biden for his presidential run, she is acting like it's going to her. Or there's people within the Democrat Party is like, oh, well, we'll just shift this money over to her. That's against the law. You cannot do that. People that donated directly to Joe Biden, their money is supposed to, as far as I know, be refunded back to them. Now, if they wanted to, in turn, take that money and then give it to Kamala Harris or put it into a PAC, of course, it's their money. They can do what they see fit. But no, the money that went to Joe Biden cannot be just transferred over to Harris. It's not how it works. That's against the law. Not that anybody cares in politics, right? And here's the other thing that really is a thorn in my asshole. Identity politics. I have already done episodes or talked about this previously, but I'm going to go over it again. Because I hate identity politics. I loathe it. If you don't know what identity politics means, it means somebody is being touted as the first X. You know, the first woman, the first Asian person, the first what have you. Insert something. Now, people are pushing Harris as, oh, she can be the first female president. And there are many white liberal women who are the fucking worst, just talking about, oh, I'm going to vote for her because she's a woman. Stay home. Do not vote. If that is why you are voting, you are a moron. Now, if you want to vote for Kamala Harris because you hear some of her policies and you support them, I 100% disagree, but I support your choice to do that. Period. End of story. That I disagree, but it's your choice to go do that. But if you want to vote for somebody simply because of what they do or don't have dangling between their legs, who they do or don't fuck and sleep with, or their skin color, or their religion, stay home. You're a scourge on society. You are a moron. Because for me personally, like if I ran a company, I'm a white guy. I'm a straight white guy. I am not going to hire nothing but straight white people because I want the best of the best to work for me. As a citizen of the United States of America, a proud American, I don't care if somebody is a black female, a gay white female. I don't care. Are you the best person for the job? Are you the best qualified? That is who I want to vote for. Do you have policies that I agree with? That is who I will vote for. When I look at Donald Trump, and yes, I am going to vote for him for the third time. Do I think he's a perfect human? No. I know he's not. And do you know how? It's not all the lawfare. It's because he's human. I'm not perfect. You aren't perfect. Who out there has never said or done something wrong? None of you. Not me. I have fucked up all throughout my life. Sometimes, big time. Most of the time, just a little. But I'm not perfect. And is Donald Trump perfect? No. Is Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or... No. Nobody is perfect. I look at policy. I can write down on paper with no name on top of the things some politician supports, what their history of voting has been, things they have said. You know, do they go to Texas and say one thing, and then they go to Montana and say another? That's shady. That turns me off, especially, you know, again, if it's on that one topic. Like, let's say it's guns. They go to Texas and they go, rah, rah, 2A, 2A. And then they go to Chicago, Illinois and go, I support gun control. It's like, okay, well, you're a piece of shit. You're a two-faced liar. I'm not voting for you because I can't trust you supporting something I am in favor of or being against something I am against. So, again, do I think Donald Trump is the best choice for America? Right now, yes. Right now, yeah. But is he perfect? No. Is he the perfect president? No. He is, however, the best president of my lifetime, and I'm an old fart. I don't understand the identity politics. I can't vote for an old white guy. You were all fucking behind Biden up until 5 minutes ago. Oh, we didn't realize he had such cognitive decline. We've known it for 4 fucking years. Where have you been? Literally, get behind Joe. Let's go Biden. Let's go Biden. That's all I've heard for 5 years. Well, yeah, 5 years now, up until literally 5 minutes ago. And then, he drops out. Harris steps in, and now it's, well, you can't vote for the old white guy. Why? You were going to vote for the old white guy till 5 minutes ago. What changed? Oh, wait, identity politics and politics in general, because you spin shit. It's disgusting. That's why I love and hate politics, because it's so gross, but that's kind of why I like it, you know? Kind of like that chick that chain smokes, has tattoos, has a gut, but still wears a midriff. You would do it, but you wouldn't tell your friends, but she's kind of hot, kind of not. I hope you thought that was funny, because I did. But I'm going to vote for the woman. Why? What is Kamala Harris's policies on fucking anything? Besides, well, we know she wants an open border, and she wants to give illegals free health care. She wants to give money to criminals to get them out of jail. Those are three things that we are 100% on. Where does she stand on, I don't know, drilling for oil, bringing jobs back to the United States, taxes? Where does she stand on this stuff? You know, the stuff that really, really hits home. Oh, well, she's pro-choice. I don't care. If somebody can or cannot get an abortion, doesn't put food on my plate, I don't care. Trump could come out tomorrow and say he wants to ban abortion, or he could come out and say it should be legal 100% across the board right up until birth. I would disagree with that, but at the end of the day, it's not in my top 5 things I give a shit about. What are her policies? Where does she stand on stuff? Or sit on? Daddy. Sorry. But seriously, though, where is her policies? People are just, I'm going to vote for the black woman. Really? She's, I believe, Jamaican and Indian, I believe. So how is she African American? She's not. I mean, Elon Musk is actually African American. It doesn't just come down to skin color. But that's the bullshit. I'm going to vote for her because she's got darker skin or because she's a woman. No. Stay home. Stay home. You're a moron. Just like I'm not voting for Trump because he's the white guy. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. He could be a black guy. He could come out tomorrow and say he's gay. I don't care. He still has my vote because the vast majority of his policies I support. No. One thing when he was president, no new wars, was getting out of wars. He was bringing troops home, and the people in charge lied to him. I believe Syria. He was trying to bring troops home from Syria, and the numbers he was lied about the numbers that were there. So yeah, he's got to do a better job of picking people, but. What are her policies? Are you just voting for her because she's a woman? You're a moron. You're retarded. Please take yourself out of the gene pool. Go get a vasectomy or a tubal ligation because you should not have children. And if you do, give them up. Just give them away. Put them out for adoption because you're a moron. You really are. I could go on and on and on. I think I've droned on long enough. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to go make lunch. So, hey, look at that. It's exactly noontime. So, it's lunchtime. I'm going to go eat. Thank you for listening. Please pull your head out of your ass when it comes to voting. Do some research on this hoe before you give her your vote. And if you truly cannot decide between who you want to pick, then don't pick one. Stay home. Or go and vote, but vote for your local stuff because the vast majority of what affects your life is local elections. Go and vote for your mayor and your town officials and shit. And when it comes to the president, just abstain. Just, nope, not today, and file it away. So, until next time, I thank you for listening. Take care.